Hey there, it's Pixel Cadet. Today it's Wednesday, um, March 6, 2024. It's almost midnight here in Berlin. I spent, I think, starting from last week and also until today, finishing up some prints for the upcoming pre-order, which gonna open next week. Printed all the units here, some pocket dungeons and obviously Battleclub. And there will be also new units coming as printed version. So yeah, it's been quite fun. And while I was waiting for some stuff to be printed, I had this idea to revisit my design that I did last month, I think. At that time I was trying to make an AP counter for Battleclub because because it's a turn-based game, and each turn you will have certain action points to spend to move around and do some actions with your unit. So I think action point is one of the key elements there, and there is no mechanism or there is nothing that you can use to count it with except using paper and also or to just like remember it. So at the time I came up with this let's see if I can still find it. Came up with this design that I released as a Patreon exclusive model. Here you see there are two wheels, and this dial has number from 0 to 9, so you can use it in different ways. You can keep maybe one dial for your action points or another dial for another thing, or if you want to play and control a huge army, then you can use both dial to start counting up until 99. So this is how it looks like, and this thing on top was a gimmick that I created because I had some comments about on my Battleclub contents that basically mentioning and asking what would happen if someone cannot flick, because flicking is also really important for playing Battleclub. So I made this thing. It's basically a simple catapult. There's supposed to be a rubber band here that you can pull, and then you push this trigger and it will shoot to replace flicking. I made this as a gimmick because obviously using this it's a bit cheating, because you will always produce the same amount of power, also measured, because there is a different what it's called here, teeth is what goes inside it. Basically there is this thing right here that will make sure that you will give the same amount of power depending on how far did you pull this catapult. And obviously since it's using rubber band, it's also quite strong, so it's almost like cheating. For instance, if you use this and play against someone who uses flicking. But yeah, it was a fun build. If you guys are interested to also print this out and check it yourself, you can check my Patreon and subscribe to any tiers there, and you can access this model. Anyway, while I was waiting, I was thinking maybe it would be cool if I can create a new AP counter that is a bit more, that is smaller and also has like some nice design in it. And for some reason last night I was thinking maybe it could be cool if I can make a keychain, a custom keychain that I can also sell as like merchandise that I will sell on my store. So I came up with this idea to make this type of keychain, and because I also saw that normally you play war game using this I don't know what it's called, this ruler that you use, measuring tape. You normally use measuring tape, the same measuring tape that people use on for construction working and woodworking. So I made this small keychain that can also turn into like measuring tape, although it still doesn't work properly. I think the diameter is too small for a 6 range ruler, so I still need to work on this. And just for the proof of concept, I print this using PLA super thin. The idea is just to test if I can somehow roll it tight inside. But then after this, I realized after my first, well, this is actually my second print. The first one is slightly bigger. I realized if I do this, then it's not as functional as I think, because then it cannot retain its straightness. So I need to rethink about it. But on top of that, if you see, I also created this dial right here that you can rotate. And this is the new counter. I'm really sorry if I cannot really see. If maybe like this. It's the same. It's the same concept. It has 2 dial, and each dial has number from 0 to 9. So you can also do the same combination, just like the first version. But what I really like here is this mechanism that I came up with, that it has a lever here that you can rotate, and and it can gives you different numbers. I don't know if you can really see. Maybe this is also a note to myself that I need to print the dial inside in bright color. But I can tell you that you can see it quite nicely in real life, so it was pretty cool. So I kind of like how it looks here, and if I can somehow solve the problem with this measuring tape, I think it would be a nice extras or merchandise that you can bring around. I mean, this is just like a generic counter, and maybe the measuring tape is not as generic as the counter, but I think it could be a nice gift for someone who also loves playing war game or something. Yeah, I just love how it looks, and maybe I can show you better here. In the other version, I made like a big gap here, but I just don't like how it looks like, because it looks as if something is too cut out. But maybe I can also went back to this version. But the idea is the same here. There are 2 dials, so you can always rotate to create a different combination of numbers, like so. And yeah, I just love that I thought of this design, because I think this is a smarter way to keep the same amount of elements that I have here, but in a such smaller dimension. So what happens here, actually, instead of having 2 dials side by side like so, I made 2 rings that rotates like this inside. So this is a pretty nice proof of concept. I think I know what I need to improve for the next build. First of all, I need to fix this flimsy thing. If you guys know another material that I can try for the measuring tape part, I'll also really appreciate it. And yeah, I was also thinking if there is a way to somehow stop the dial for each number so that it doesn't slide too easily, because I think now if you shake it, the dial will turn by itself, although it's not easy, but well, now it stays. Because yeah, obviously you don't want to lose count just because suddenly the dial got nudged in the process of when you're touching it. The simplest solution that I can think of is to attach a small magnet on each number and a corresponding one underneath these two holes. But if I can think of something that doesn't require extra material, that would be great. It means that I can just produce this easily only using 3D printer, which I can think of. Another thing that I can do is using ratchet, but then to create a ratchet inside this small space, it's not easy because I don't think there is much free space left inside it. But yeah, that's a nice challenge that I'm gonna tackle. But yeah, kind of like how it looks. Maybe I can put some ornament on the side here or in the front as well, to just like make it a bit more cooler. And I also already put like a hole here so that I can attach a small carabiner and make it colorful. And yeah, I don't know, let me know what you guys think about this, and if this is something you would like to give to your friends who also loves wargame. And yeah, let me know if this is also something nice, if this is also a nice addition to Battle Club as a whole. And by the way, I think since I printed this new unit with this color combo, I think I just cannot stop using the same color combo everywhere, which could be problematic. I just love how blue, white, and red came along really nicely together, and I think I need to stop at some point. But I just love how it looks. And yeah, just as a fun fact, I think I finished printing and assembling the first proof of concept this afternoon, and I just can't stop playing it until now. I think it's a nice fidget toy as well, because the tolerance is quite perfect, that I can just it slides quite nicely. Anyway, that's the latest update that I have. And also, what do you guys think of this color combo? I also kind of like blue and orange, but I think it's quite common, as a quite common color combo. Here I also print measuring tape, super thin. I think this is just 0.8 millimeter, and yeah, I can only print it that thick because I can only print it that thin, because thicker than that it will start to break when I push it inside. Because the way it works is basically, actually I can open it to show it to you on my proof of concept, that it's it rolls inside like so. And I check also on YouTube and on the internet, basically the way conventional measuring tape works, there is nothing in the middle, so it can provide a bigger space, so that so that measuring tapes can keep rolling inside, and that way you can store much longer measuring tape. But here I cannot do it because unless I make it much larger, but I think it kind of kills the goal that I want to make it as a small keychain. But the idea of measuring tape is basically this thing will keep rolling in the middle, and really in the middle small there is a gear and a ratchet. That's also why measuring tape you can stop measuring tape, and when you open it will roll back because there's a spiral shape spring inside it. But yeah, anyway, I'll stop talking about this measuring tape thing, but I just love how this thing turns out, and I still cannot stop thinking about it. If you guys have some ideas or some input for this that can help solve my problem, also feel free. Let me know in the comment section below. That will greatly help me. Apart from that, I think I was also busy taking a lot of pictures and editing, some new hero pictures for the new units. Actually, my desk here is quite messy right now. I just want to show you how many units do I have so far now. I can already start building an army. Someone also mentioned that I should make a video to show how grand do I imagine this Battleclub game would be, and like some tactics and stuff. I think looking at the amount of minis that I have, I can do that soon. So yeah, also stay tuned for that. Yeah, I guess that's the update for today. Let's see what else before I finish this. Oh, also one thing, someone commented on my last videos or some of the recent videos that basically this person said that, oh yeah, I really love how Battleclub turns out, but I really want to see your space themed game. I think it's cool, and I want to see that, something along that line. And when I read that, it was pretty cool, because yeah, I used to have this idea of a game that I called a battleship meet RPG. So I want to make something using the pocket dungeon system that I have, the small box and the grid system, and I want to make something with different theme. And I made one video about it that you guys can check if you're interested. And yeah, it was amazing, that because I thought that was the least there was the idea that got least interaction, or I don't know, for some reason I just decided to postpone that game. But after reading that comment, I realized maybe soon I should revisit that idea again. So yeah, pretty cool comment. Also a nice reminder that I have also that game that I should revisit. And yeah, that's the update for today. And I'll see you in the next log entry. Thank you, and bye bye.